speaker should state his or her name. Miles? Podium is yours, sir.
Okay. All right, can you hear me? All right, it's good to hear. Hello, my name is Miles, and good evening, everybody. I wanted to address something, so I'll go real quick. I only have 3 minutes, a lot of information, so I'm going to be reading relatively quickly. So before I address the school board within the community with the concerning matter, I wanted to give a quick introduction of who I am and the contents of my character. From the age of 18 to the present day, I spent almost half of my life, that's over a decade of selfless service to our great nation, the state of Arizona, and this community. I served selflessly as a weapons specialist in the United States Army, also as a counselor to my fellow brothers in arms in the Defense Suicide Prevention Office, and now as a law enforcement officer. I tell this to you to make it self-evident that I am a man of virtue, a man who is well-grounded by God and great principles such as loyalty and duty to God, family, and country, also respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage, all principles which most people in positions of power lack today. Which brings me to address the following egregious misconduct by a teacher at SunSet Vista Elementary School, Miss Wilsman, who threatened to chop off the fingers of kindergartners, all because she got angry that they picked their nose. This I'm not exaggerating. My 5-year-old son being one of them, which traumatized my son. He would constantly imagine his fingers being chopped off and would ask me how much would it hurt and beg me not to let her hurt him. Unfortunately, it does not stop there. To add insult to injury, the officials at SunSet Vista Elementary School, all the way to the Glendale Elementary School District office, changed statements and have done nothing to address this misconduct, and have attempted to downplay this incident and sweep this misconduct under the rug. They have also refused all of my reasonable resolutions, leaving me with no other option but to speak here today. My goal here today is to give you the facts and overwhelming evidence that I have collected in hopes that this school board will take this matter seriously and launch a full and transparent investigation, holding those accountable, and to inform other parents of the egregious abuse that all of our children are being subject to behind closed doors, veiled and masked behind privacy concerns for public school officials' misconduct. It was clear the Glendale Elementary School District was not attempting to reasonably resolve this situation and instead continued to act in self-preservation and not in the best interest of the well-being of my son, the other children, and the right to a peaceful education. This incident has caused a major amount of emotional trauma and stress to my son and my family, which has resulted in the loss of education for my son. Knowing that Glendale Elementary School District is aware that one of their teachers is making atrocious threatening comments to 5-year-old children and then lies about the circumstances, followed by the school officials attempting to cover up the report, is egregious. This also shows a lack of integrity and transparency by not providing basic information and documentation that shows the school is properly investigating threats of abuse and misconduct from staff members towards our children, which is one of the most important moral principles a public educator must have around our small children who rely on them to keep them safe. Also, the fact that there appears to be an attempt to cover this incident up that I've clearly laid out, from the lowest level all the way up to the school district, should send chills down every parent's spine and should result in major reform on how our schools handle allegations of abuse, especially from staff members. This incident, unfortunately, is not the only one, and I'm sure there are many others. For the sake of the safety of our innocent children, we must stand up, speak up, and hold those accountable. There should be justice and accountability for all children. Threatening children to the point that they are in fear should not be acceptable. Nevertheless, the right of the people in the community and parental rights should take precedence over the public school's demands. May I have a few more seconds to finish a couple sentences? Okay, thank you. Nevertheless, the right of the people in the community and parental rights should take precedence over the public school's demands for privacy in regards to staff members' misconduct. It should be the people's right to know if the public school officials have misconduct and to know what that misconduct is, for these staff members are entrusted with the safety and security of our children who are vulnerable to abuse. Just as any public servant, misconduct is not kept secret from the public, neither should public school officials' records be. This is simply wrong, unjustifiable, and must be reformed for the sake of transparency. This reform for transparency in our public schools is not for the benefit of the few, but benefit for all of our children. Thank you. And then I also just wanted to close with stating I have the forms of complaints and all of the evidence here with me today, and I would like to submit that to the school board. Thank you.
Thank you, Miles. Okay. At this point, we'll be moving on in our agenda.